A high school student from Wilbraham has been sending a prospective draft list to the New England Patriots for years. And while it's gone unacknowledged by the Pats coach, Bill Belichick, Sam Roberts has achieved some attention for his efforts. He joined me in the studio to share his passion for New England's favorite football team.
I've been doing this since 2014, back when I was only 13 years old.
And what prompted you to start doing this?
It actually started, I had just gotten a phone and I was getting connected with the Patriots. I had this app that would, fill me in on Patriots off-season moves and stuff like that. And I took an interest to the NFL draft. And me and my dad were watching it on TV. And I was naming who I thought the Patriots should get, who I thought would fit the Patriot system, the Patriot way, and continue to help the Patriots win. And that year I ended up naming 4 of the 7 picks that the Patriots ended up taking. So
your first, just right out of the gate.
Yeah, my first one, and that's beginner's luck, I guess. But my dad said, "What's the harm in making an actual report and sending it in?" He was so impressed with the work that I put in at 13, 14 years old. He figured I could make a living out of this, and there's no harm in trying to send something in and see where it goes from there.
So this year, you made an extensive Google Doc that has pros and cons of some of the players that you outlined. And let's tick through some of your picks. You had quarterback, 7th round, right? Yep. And he didn't make your roundup their final pick, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think when the Patriots makes a choice that goes different than what you do? Does it inform what you do next year?
Well, for me, I've always heard the saying, "In Belichick we trust." He's always done things that Patriots fans don't exactly know why he picked it. Like, there were so many reports saying the Patriots were interested in Lamar Jackson, quarterback out of Louisville. But, I mean, Belichick's always thinking he's got a different mindset than all of us. So what I can take from that is that he just sees something in this kid, Etling, that no one else has seen. And that's why he's going to bring him into the system. He's going to groom him to play the way he wants him to play. So for me,
he's moldable. He's malleable talent.
Exactly. I just got to try to start seeing it a little bit more through not what the fans want, but what the coaching and the organization wants.
So future tips for you as you move along.
Exactly.
And so offensive investments were something that the Patriots made this time around. Isaiah Wynn, and then there was Sonny Michel. They both made honorable mentions on your list. What was it about them that stood out for you?
Well, for me, Sonny Michel and Isaiah Wynn, they made a great combination for Georgia. Both teammates, both put in an exceptional work through the year. Isaiah Wynn was one of the best guards in the draft, and the fact that we got him, I think that was a great pick by us. I had him as honorable mentions because I focused on the main priorities. We lost a lot of players that were key players, like Malcolm Butler, and there's roles that we got to fill. And our pass rush defensively was something that needed improvement. If we could have had a more stable and consistent pass rush in the Super Bowl, we could have won that game hands down. I mean, you're talking about a 40-year-old quarterback throwing 500 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. The offense, I thought, was perfect on that side of the football. But I figured focus mainly on the defense. If we can get that #1 defense, or at least closer to that, and combine it with the offense we already have, it's an unstoppable combo.
Speaking of quarterback, a lot of discussion about all of the trading that the Patriots did this draft cycle and how that's sort of teeing them up for 2019.
Yep.
Is that your thinking as well?
I love the way he did it because, I mean, last year with the Patriots, we only had 4 picks in the draft. This year we had a lot more, and he was trading left and right, traded Brandon Cooks for that first pick in the first round, which allowed us to get Isaiah Wynn. I think that was a smart move because I don't think we would have had enough money to keep Brandon Cooks around after his contract ended. But I love the way Belichick works it because he's not only thinking about who we can get in this draft to help us, but he's also thinking about the future. He's getting more picks for the 2019 draft and really preparing us for anything that could happen in this offseason after the 2019 season.
What was the biggest shocker for you out of this list of draft picks?
Biggest shocker was actually, for the Patriots, based off that, is that we didn't take a quarterback in the earlier rounds. Based off all the reports I had heard online, through my phone, through SportsCenter, they had so much interest in Lamar Jackson. Josh McDaniels had 2 visits with him. I was expecting them to search for him. They had 2 chances to get him if they wanted to in the first round. But they obviously, like in Belichick we trust, he had a different thought coming into those rounds. But I love Lamar Jackson. I love Kyle Lauletta. They said Kyle Lauletta's pro player comparison was Jimmy Garoppolo. plays exactly like him. So I expected if, we didn't go for Lamar Jackson, maybe Kyle Lauletta. And then there was quarterback Chad Kanoff from Princeton, and he was like 5th, 6th round prospect. And I was expecting, if we didn't go for them, maybe another Tom Brady pick in the 5th, 6th round, something like that. But Belichick surprised me there with, going in the 7th round with Etling. And I think that's a smart pick. He's a smart player from LSU. He's a pocket quarterback, and that's what I love. I know McDaniels and Belichick love to work with that, so he's definitely groomable and moldable. And he's got the Patriot way, which I find more important, that mentality of do your job and do whatever you can to win.
You've mentioned the Patriot way a couple times now. How do you define that?
Oh, how I describe that? I look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady describes the Patriot way to a T. He's hardworking. He's dedicated to the team. Winning is his main goal, and he has the do-your-job mentality. He wants to do everything he can possibly do to help his team win. He's a 40-year-old quarterback. He keeps himself in tip-top shape 24/7 to make sure that the team comes before everything. He cares about the team more than anything. He's focused, he's determined, he's gritty, and that's what's led the Patriots to having these 18 consecutive winning seasons.
For you, obviously, you're extremely passionate about this.
Very much.
What is it about football that you love? Is it something that you use to bond with friends, family? What is it?
Yeah, well, I've grown up playing soccer, but football has been
You played
so.
baseball for a little while too, right?
I still play baseball to this day. But football is just a way me and my family have bonded. Like me, my dad, my brother, my grandparents, we would all get together on Sunday nights or Monday nights, no matter when the game was, and we turned in Patriot football into this almost like a holiday every weekend. We bonded over that. I would have my friends come over for the games, almost like it was a little party every weekend. Because, people can have bad days, bad weeks every here and there, but for us, we always had the Patriots to look at afterwards. So if I had a bad week at school or something like that, my brain was all over the place, there's always Patriot football to fall back on and give you something happy and smile about looking in the next week.
I'm sure the Pats will be psyched to hear about that. Now, I understand that you send in your picks, you send them to the team.
Yep.
You haven't quite heard back, though, right? But you keep sending them?
Much. Yeah.
Why do you keep sending them?
I keep sending them because I'm passionate about it. I love this game, and I love that for the past 17 years they've continued to win and continued to dominate, and I want to do whatever I can to help that process continue. And I also want to make this a living for myself. I figure if I can get an early start, it's going to be more beneficial for me in the long run.
So this is sort of you're setting up job security for yourself. You're setting it up early.
Stone, yep.
Terrific. Well, Sam Roberts, thanks so much for coming in to talk with us.
Thanks for having me very much.